Hi guys, today I'm drinking vitamins. I guess they're good for you. So welcome back to my channel. Hi, it's Jojo Rarity, and today I'll be discussing my top 10 favorite shows on Netflix. I did a video with movies like a couple months ago. You can guys check it out above the link here if you want to, guys. And yeah, I also want to kind of do a TV show content for you guys because obviously I love TV shows and I'm watching a lot. I also want to do more reviews in the future because there's so many good stuffs coming this year, like TV shows and movies, and I want to review it for you guys. So it's like something I want to do. Hope you enjoy this content as well. And I want to do more movie and TV shows kind of content. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. So number 10 on my list is Outer Banks. By the way, if I look down here, I have a notebook here with the list. And of course it came out last year. I'm the kind of person who binge watch shows. Like, I know people who does like finish one show in one day. I don't do that. It takes for me like a couple of days because like also watching other shows and then along the way, or like movies in between. So like I don't only watch one thing at a time. So yeah, but this show I kind of finished fast because it was so interesting and I really enjoyed it. It was kind of something different. It's like basically about teenagers who live in a place called Outer Banks in North Carolina, and they are called pokes. If you watch the show, you probably know what it means. So yeah, so they are kind of determined to find out what happened to John B's father because he went missing and they don't know what happened to him. So along the way, then they kind of find a treasure that kind of leads to him, and it's like tied to his father. And then John B and his gang, they're gonna figure out what's the treasure or where's the treasure hidden, something like that. So it's kind of like treasure hunting kind of thing, which I enjoy a lot. That's why I kind of enjoy this one because it's something different. And yeah, also I can't wait for season 2. It's gonna be season 2. I don't know when it's gonna come out. Probably this year maybe. Number 9 on my list is another teenage show. It's called Riverdale. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship with the show. And yeah, so basically it's based on a comic, like Archie comics. I never read the comics, but I know about it. And it's so different because they make a dark twist of it. Because like the comics are like more comedy and for kids, but this one is like kind of different, but that's why I like it. Because season 1 I was like really hooked because the storyline was so good and I also like the characters. Like, I'm not up to date in this show. I never finished season 4 yet. I know there's season 5 now on Netflix. I think I finished season 3 and now I'm at the beginning of season 4. It's because season 3 I wasn't into it anymore. It kind of went so crazy. And like, I don't know, there's like musicals going on and I don't know what's happening most of the time. Maybe you should like binge watch to really understand it. I only watched like one episode and then next, like so many months ago or something, I can't even remember when the last time I watched Riverdale. Basically about these teenagers, Archie and his friends, and they live in a place called Riverdale. And there's like so many mysteries in this town. Like the first season was about like one Blossom. One of the twins died and I want to figure out and investigate his murder. And that's why it was kind of interesting for me to find out who the killer is because it was really hard to guess. It was so really a twist in the end. So yeah, of course I want to finish the show. I'm still gonna watch it and let's see what 2 more seasons gonna be about. But yeah, mostly I like about the show is like Jughead and Betty. They're my favorite characters and I also ship them. So yeah, basically I watch it for them. I don't really care for Archie that much or Veronica. I don't really like them both, also together. So number 8 on my list is Lost in Space. It's kind of like underrated. I never hear people talk about it. But there's like 2 seasons and there's gonna be a 3rd season and the last season. And I just stumbled across it when I was like, looking for something to watch. And then suddenly I saw the show and I like space stuffs and like sci-fi because I love aliens, right? So of course I want to check this out. And wow, it's really good. I really enjoyed this so much. And there was like a movie, Lost in Space, in 1998 with Matt LeBlanc from France. And I didn't know it was like the same story. I just didn't know that because I just noticed the same title. Because I just rewatched it last year. I really loved this movie as a kid. So yeah. Also, there was a show in 1965, also with the same name. So basically it's following this family called Robinsons, who are like space colonists and suddenly they crash somewhere, so they're like lost in space. That's why it's called, hence the title. And yeah, so what I like about the show is it's like so interesting. Like every episode is completely different, always something happening. But like other shows, like for example Walking Dead, which are like some episodes nothing happening, but this show there's so much happening. So you guys should check it out because it's so good. It's gonna be finished, I don't know when it will come out, the last season. So yeah, I also watched another space show called Another Life. It's also Netflix, like that's gonna be season 2. It's also pretty good. I'm also now watching The Expanse in Prime, and I'm only on season 1 because, as I said, I don't binge watch shows. But yeah, there's like new season out and like plus a season straight. So yeah, I'm totally gonna finish that one. So if you like space stuff, like sci-fi or like love aliens like me, go check this out because it's like totally worth it to check it out, guys. Another thing that I like superhero shows. So this show is called number 7 is called Titans. So in the States they don't have it because I think there's a DC streaming site, because I asked my friend to watch it and he said no, they don't have it on Netflix, but here in Europe it's basically a Netflix show. So they have like 2 seasons now and there's gonna be a 3rd. I don't know when that will come out. And yeah, like the show kind of started off slow in my opinion, but it's gonna get better, I promise, because season 2 I really like so far. Because in the beginning they don't know each other, like the new Titans and the old Titans, and also the old Titans, they're kind of disbanded, they're not together anymore as a team. So then they meet up with the new members, and then kind of like season 2 they kind of like connect, kind of like family now and know each other more. That's why I like season 2 more. And there's also like new characters there, like Superman, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. And also the ending is kind of a twist and kind of remind me of Shazam the movie, because when they're fighting it kind of looks like the same place. I don't know. I think you can guys check it out if you like superhero stuff like me. I also like it's kind of a bit more darker version than The Flash and me, because The Flash has more drama and it's like more serious kind of show. That's why I kind of actually like it. 6 on my list is called Shadowhunters, and I said so many times that More Instruments is like my favorite movie if you watch my video, and also the book franchises are like my best ones. Like I like it so much. So when I watched the show, it was kind of hard for me at the beginning because I love Lily Collins as Clary Frey and I love Jamie Campbell as Jace. So I don't like the actors on the show because she didn't do a good part in playing Clary in my opinion. What I like about the movie is most especially the cast, I think, than the plot, because I know the show it's like more than the books, because in the shows you can do much more than the movie. And yeah, that's why I like it, because like in depth with the characters more than in the movie. So I liked it. So I still on my list because I still like the show. Especially I like Alec and Magnus, like they're my favorite characters on the show because they did such a good job. And I like my favorite ship, which is funny because I never liked them in the books or in the movies. I always like Clary and Jace, but I don't feel it with them. That's why I don't like Clary and Jace in the show, because I don't like the actress, like so bad in acting. I'm sorry if you like her, but I don't like her. The only thing I like about her is her hair. It's like really on point. But I like Dom as an actor. If you don't know what this is about, it's about Clary Frey, who like found out on her birthday that she comes from a long line of Shadowhunters. Her mom never told her. She kept this as a secret. And basically Shadowhunters are human, angel hybrids who likes to hunt down demons. If you're a fan of Supernatural and Vampire Diaries, you will like this show because they have vampires, werewolves, demons, and yeah, all packed in one. But I still think you need to read the books to really understand the story also, and the books are way better than the movie or the show. But if you don't like reading, you can still watch it. Number 5 on the list is The Punisher, and I wasn't sure I was gonna watch it, but I gave it a try and I'm not disappointed. It's just because it's John Bernthal, and the first time I saw him as Punisher was in Daredevil, because Punisher is a spin-off of Daredevil. So yeah, they introduced Frank Castle in that show, and now he's the Punisher. And it's just because he's from The Walking Dead and he played Shane. And I never liked Shane, always hated him. So every time I see him, I always remember Shane. So the first season was like, all I could think about is Shane, 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 just the way he acted. But then season 2, I realized no, he's not Shane anymore, he's not Frank Castle, and I think he did such a great job. I'm kind of sad that they canceled the show though. It's because of Netflix. I was so upset because season 2 was getting so good. I was so excited for season 3. They canceled because of Disney. But now Disney announced they're gonna do like Hulu, including with Disney Plus, so we don't need to pay for it extra. Here in Europe, I mean, because here in Germany, for example, we don't have Hulu. It's only like available in the States, I think, or in Canada or something. So that's why I'm really excited, because now they're gonna do R-rated stuff in there. Like, I don't know what stuff they have in Hulu, like I think horror movies or something. I don't know. I heard a rumor that Punisher gonna come back for season 3. Just kidding. I just heard that John Benson wants to come back for his role as Frank Castle, and hopefully it's true. I'm not Disney, so I don't know. So actually, basically, he's not a typical hero because he's like so badass. I mean, if you're tired of PG-13 Marvel movies, and go check this one out. It's kind of like Deadpool. He's like killing people and stuff, because actually heroes don't kill, but it's like an anti-hero. And yeah, it's like seeking revenge for his family. That's what it's all about. And so I kind of like this Marvel side also, because I like brutal and killing stuff, you know, like, yeah, you know what I mean. So go check it out if you're into this kind of stuff. Number 4 is also a Marvel show. It's called Daredevil, and I kind of like what Netflix did there, because don't get me wrong, I love Disney of course, but sometimes a girl needs like R-rated shows, and so I like this one. It's like more of a dark version, and it's like more like the comics actually. So of course it got also cancelled, because I think because it's not with Disney, and that's why I don't blame Netflix. I think Disney cancelled it because they wanted to put all the Marvel characters together, but it would make sense if like Punisher or Daredevil gonna be like PG rated. So yeah, it would make sense, because I like that it's R-rated, because it's like something different. So hopefully they're gonna do like another season, because they have like 3 seasons already. And at first I didn't want to watch the show actually, because it was so popular when it came out. I think I watched it 1 year later. I always saw it on Tumblr, people talking about it. Sometimes if the show is too popular, I don't watch it. So yeah, I watched it then, and I really liked it. Season 3 was so good. I was so excited for season 4 to come out, because they introduced a new villain. But then it got cancelled, so unfortunately we couldn't see that. But hopefully they're gonna pick it up when they're gonna do the Hulu thing here, Disney Plus. And also what I heard is that maybe Daredevil gonna be in the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 3. It's not true yet, I just heard about it, because he's like the lawyer of Spider-Man. And if you watch Spider-Man Far From Home, he kind of need a lawyer, because they think he's like a criminal. So that would be pretty cool, right? See him in a movie. By the way, if you don't know what Daredevil is about, it's about this guy who's like a lawyer in day, and by night he's a vigilante who like, of course, defends crime. And it's so funny because he's a lawyer, so he always has justice in day or night. Yeah, it's like Hell's Kitchen. So it's a pretty cool show, and if you like superhero shows, why not check this one out? Now we're on to the top 3, and number 3 is Lock and Key, which is a pretty new one. It came out last year, and I think I also finished it kind of fast than usual. And I didn't know it was based on a comic. I never heard about this comic. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like at first I thought, they're gonna do much more with it, because like PG rated. So it's kind of for kids. But they could do it more like creepy and scary, but I didn't do it. But yeah, I still like it so much, and it's basically about these kids who like go to a new house. I think they move in there. I need to rewatch because it's been a long time since I watched it, because there's gonna be season 2. I don't know yet when. And they're like siblings, and they're gonna be magical keys in the house. And every key has like something else, like magical powers or something. I don't want to say what, because just watch it. But yeah, if you like magic kind of shows or like supernatural kind of things, it's definitely for you. I think it's like something different and so interesting. Like there's so many twists also, and something you can watch with your family. And yeah, I kind of say so good. Go check it out. It's gonna be season 2. Okay, number 2 is kind of popular one. It's Stranger Things. And I said I don't like to watch popular things, but it's not like I watch popular things like I need to watch it because it's so popular. I just check it out first. If I like it or not, then I will watch it. It's funny because before I was always on Tumblr, and I always saw like Stranger Things GIFs. How how was it? And that's why I thought, who are these kids? Why people always posting it? It was same with 30 Reasons Why. And it's also the reason why I watched those two shows, because of Tumblr. And yeah, and it's just a funny thing because I think Stranger Things not for everyone. Because like my older cousin, he watched the show. I asked my 17-year-old cousin if he likes the show. He said no. He never watched it and he don't want to watch it because he said the trailer is boring. I was like, okay. I thought it's gonna be boring for me because I'm like older and the main characters are basically kids and he's like the same age with them. But I don't know, maybe it's more for the older people, but it means like my generation. Maybe because we grew up with these kind of movies, like E.T., Jurassic Park, like just for nostalgia reasons. I mentioned those movies, for example, and that's why when I heard about the show and then I checked it out, I was like, wow, it's so cool. We like 1980s, and also it's inspired by Steven Spielberg, John Carpenter, and Stephen King. And I love Stephen King and Steven Spielberg. We have also great stuff, so that's why I want to check it out. And yeah, season 1 was really good. At first I was also like, I don't know if I will like it because they're like kids, but then of course there are like teenagers, like many people like Nancy, Jonathan, or Steve Harrington, who's my fave, like for older people. And yeah, it's actually for everyone. I also like Hopper or Joyce, who also like pretty likable characters, I think, in my opinion. So like the first season was about Will Byers, who goes missing, and then the police searching for him, and suddenly they find out about a secret government to do like some experiments and like supernatural, terrifying secrets, and then suddenly there's a girl involved. And basically, mostly about the show is about this girl, 11, who got like powers because of the experiments. So yes, it was like a power kind of show. I know it's really good, and season 3 is like by far my favorite one. And it's gonna be season 4, of course. I think there are gonna be more seasons because actually I wanted to end it, but then they say they're gonna continue it. So excited because in season 4 Jamie Campbell gonna be. I just heard about it. And yeah, I don't know when it will come out, but I'm pretty excited. It's been a while. So if you've been following me in my social media, you will know like number 1 is a pretty special show for me. It's like a new favorite show, and it's Umbrella Academy. And also it's like a superhero thing. Of course I will love it because I love superhero shows, as I said. But the one thing I started the show was because of Gerard Way, because he's the creator of this comics, and that's why I decided to check it out. And yeah, it didn't disappoint me, of course. I love it so much. It's like so hard for me sometimes to like new shows. I would like to say like it's my favorites. It's basically about this dysfunctional family who goes back together because their father died, and they want to find out who did it and what caused it. Also, while doing that, they also want to stop the apocalypse from happening. And so it's kind of different because they're like this people who have like their own problems. They're always like fighting. So it's kind of so different because they're not the normal kind of superheroes. Yeah, so it's like basically season 1 is about like how they deal with their problems and then being like a superhero. And then like season 2 is more about the powers, like how to use it. And then season 3 is entirely different, kind of like a multiverse going on. It's gonna be focused on the Sparrow Academy, which like Ben is in it. Sorry if I spoiled anything. By the way, I don't know if you watched season 2 already. But anyway, there's gonna be like, they showed like new characters, which I'm so excited for, and more to see about Ben's character and his storyline. So this is it. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of content. Comment down below if you want me to do another one, like other TV shows that I like not on Netflix, because I only include Netflix shows. But if you want me to do other TV shows that I like, I'm gonna do it, because why not? And yeah, if you enjoy, please give a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Before you go, click on the bell notifications so you know exactly when I upload. I upload every Wednesdays and Saturdays. So guys, see you on my next video. Bye!